We get ready for a phenomenal week of MMA and some good food that we're about to do as well. Matt in studio and Jimmy co-host in here from the Apex again.
Hey, mate.
What's up? How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Not too bad. How was your fourth?
So here's a funny one. The amount of people that come up to me and say, "Hey, happy Fourth,"
Yeah.
and I always find it really strange.
So that was my next thing.
I always kind of find it so strange because it literally is a day celebrating kicking
You're
the likes
lost.
of me out
Right, you're lost.
and pouring our tea into the ocean. I'm like,
I was going to say, do you even celebrate it?
no, I love it. I love living here, and it's great because the banter that flies on a Fourth, especially around some servicemen
Right.
that I know. They're pretty brutal with me.
I-
It's only one day a year.
I saw a meme that said, "Enjoy your workday, England." Matt, what did you do yesterday on the fourth?
Just a family thing, typical, appreciative of the freedoms that we all enjoy because of the sacrifice by many people before me. So, just a great day with the family.
I boarded a plane, got here late, grabbed a little snack, and then got up for, like I said, what's going to be a fun, long couple days. And, have you seen the commercial where that actor plays like Dr. Phil? And, the person who sneaks food into the movie, or the
No.
person who, you ought to see these commercials. And it's for an insurance company.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I've seen that.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about it, and there's one where they're walking into a big arena, and the guy goes, "We need to park towards the back so that we can get easy to get out." And quote unquote, Dr. Phil is like, "Let's go and enjoy it first. Let's go." That's me. So Steve and I, as we're driving to the Apex, I'm already working on my exit plan on Saturday. It's Wednesday.
Yeah.
The day hasn't even started. I'm like, we have to strategically park the car so we can get to the airport, so we can get out of here. But let's run down real quick what's about to go down. Dracus Duplessis will be here.
Very good, by the way.
momentarily. I'm
Very
going to
good.
butcher it when he's
Very
sitting
good.
here.
Very good.
Jason Knight will do his weekly update on last night's Ultimate Fighter. Nico Price is going to stop by. Big fight for him.
Yes, and I believe the final fight for Robbie Lawler. So it's going to be a lot of eyes on that one.
And you know what I was kind of hoping, and they won't, obviously, but Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald going into the fight wing
Yeah.
of the Hall of Fame, which I say, and I'm going to say it to my friends as well, because some of them are in the UFC fight wing. You're not a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
I'm strong in that.
Yeah.
I would like them to add that, on Thursday. They won't. If the fight happened Wednesday, today,
Gotcha.
maybe they would have.
Yeah.
But it'll give him another night in a year or two.
It's a polarizing argument, the Hall of Fame thing. I was actually looking through the Hall of Fame, all the people that have been in the Hall of Fame and have been put in, and I actually thought I'm going to bring this up on the show because the modern wing of
Right.
fighters that's in. I'm looking down the list, and I think Forrest Griffin was the very first, entrant into there. But you look down the list, and there's some that you go, absolutely, and then there's some that you go, I'm not quite sure. And it's amazing what denotes you getting into the Hall of Fame, especially in the fight world. I don't,
But it's in everything. Matt, you and I talk about this. It's not the Hall of Fame. It's the Hall of Pretty Good.
yeah.
Well, have you guys seen that the hormone replacement company that Frank Hurt, Frank Thomas? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put in Doug Flutie and they introduced him as Hall of Fame quarterback Doug Flutie. I'm like, really? Like Doug Flutie is a Hall of Fame quarterback?
All right, I'm going to get myself beat up, and I'm going to piss off a very good friend of yours here in a second, Matt. And out of respect, I didn't respond because I love the guy. Chris Lytle, I love Chris Lytle.
Yeah.
We do a lot. He's one of my favorite human beings on planet Earth. But a local friend of ours, radio show, UFC legend Chris Lytle.
Yeah.
Chris Lytle's not a legend.
Yeah.
That's
the thing. You have to have done something legendary. I'm looking through the thing. I remember having this conversation about Michael Bisping going in, and I said, absolutely. I said, why? I said, because the reason I got into this sport was because of him. There was no one. I mean, maybe Dan Hardy, and you had Paul Daly at the time, but he was the guy, and he fought and had these battles and all this kind of stuff to win the title. And I'm thinking he literally pioneered the sport in Britain, and it's now obviously huge over there, especially in Europe. But it's amazing. There's certain people that you just go, yes, 100%
Sure.
legend. That's a good word. And then there's others that you kind of go, good fighter.
Yeah.
Don't want to be disrespectful, great fighter. but legend, not quite sure.
I thought Michael Bisping went in for receiving the bomb from Dan Henderson. I love Michael Bisping.
That's harsh.
I know.
That's harsh.
Bomb.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I'm going to get booted off again. Real quick, Michael Bisping story as we wait for Dracus Duplessis.
Very good.
We did a huge fundraiser for Ryan Bennett, was a partner owner of MMA Weekly. We might have talked about this back in the day, and fighters went above and beyond in donations. And Michael Bisping donated, and I have said something to him on the air, and I've said stuff to him personally. Michael Bisping won the Ultimate Fighter, as you know, and donated his gloves, and had no clue who Ryan Bennett was.
Right.
That's a super stud.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted to help. The gloves didn't mean much to him.
Yeah.
Et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I'm thankful for all the people that knew Ryan and stuck up and helped and benefited. But here's a guy from across the pond, across the pond, didn't know Ryan Bennett from a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Or I could have used the one when I fired my insurance agent recently.
Oh.
And we're getting in an argument back and forth. And I said, I couldn't pick you out of a lineup. He didn't like when I said that. You've done nothing for me. I couldn't pick you out of a lineup. I'm going to somebody else. Kind of the Michael Bisping, with Ryan Bennett. So down the rest of the schedule after Nico Price. What an episode last night of The Ultimate Fighter. Ha ha ho ho. Conor McGregor. Kurt Hollabaugh will be on. Val Woodburn stepping in on 5 days' notice
Something else that.
to take on Bo Nickel.
And he is huge. For the weight, I couldn't believe when that was announced a few days ago that there was a dropout. First of all, kudos to him for stepping in against someone like Bo Nickel. That is, there's a lot of noise about this guy, and quite rightly so. To step into onto the main card, the UFC. It's his UFC debut, and to step in at this short notice. But I couldn't believe it because unfortunately, I'd never really come across the guy before. So obviously, when you're doing the show, you're trying to look and get some information and look into the career and whatnot. And when I saw the picture, I was like, this boy is enormous. I'm very eager to meet him just to see if he's as big as he looks on the camera. So he'll be very difficult to take down. I know that much.
And then we're going to step outside of MMA at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern, as we welcome Bill McConnell, who happens to have an office here at the Apex, and he is with the Las Vegas Super Bowl committee, because it's never too early to start planning February.
Exactly.
There'll be a lot of fun things to do in February.
It's going to be this city has just exploded with the Formula One coming, and then obviously the Super Bowl in February.
I thought you were going to go a different way, and explosion we're not allowed to say in today's world either, but the explosion of construction here in Las Vegas.
It's unbelievable.
It's brutal.
Trying to drive anywhere is just like wacky races.
I got lost trying to drive to the house because you can't get on. And then we're going to finish it up with Alonzo Menafield on the card Saturday night. Press conference later today, Q&As with some of the slap fighters.
Amazing. Can't wait for that.
We will be in attendance on Friday. I can't wait for that.
I cannot wait. It's my first experience of it. It looks just ridiculous fun. I love it.
And it's like anything, whether you watch a concert on TV, it's different when you're there.
Sure.
You watch a football game, even all the way up to the Super Bowl, until you're there, it's totally different. Seeing you guys perform on YouTube and then seeing you in person. Well, we are going to see the slap action on Friday, so that'll be cool. Let's go hit a real quick break, and then we'll come back and we will welcome Dracus Duplessis in 3 and 3. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong, Staff Zone, and Buck.